Greetings, fellow moviegoers, and welcome to Movie Central, the place to talk about movies, TV shows based on movies, toys based on movies, games based on movies, and theme park rides based on movies. I'm your host, Mr. CCS, and this is my pet gorilla, George. How do you continue the hype of one huge movie? There are many answers to that question. As I said in my review of The Avengers 2 weeks ago, it was a huge success, bringing in over $1 billion at the box office. That success gave Marvel the push to continue their big universe, which was beloved by fans and by critics. The first phase of the universe was done. The second phase had to give us big stories to accompany our favorite heroes in new stories before we got to see the Avengers again. The first of which was released a year later after the Avengers' release in 2013. And that's what we're going to talk about today as we review Iron Man 3. Let's get to it. Marvel's Iron Man 3 pits brash but brilliant industrialist Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, played again by Robert Downey Jr., against an enemy, played by Guy Pearce, whose reach knows no bounds. When Stark finds his personal world destroyed at his enemy's hands, he embarks on a harrowing quest to find those responsible. This journey at every turn will test his mettle. With his back against the wall, Stark is left to survive by his own devices, relying on his ingenuity and instincts to protect those closest to him. As he fights his way back, Stark discovers the answer to the question that has secretly haunted him. Does the man make the suit, or does the suit make the man? With a story like that, you'd expect it to suck, right? I gotta say, this has to be one of the most underrated films in this universe, and probably the funniest in the MCU. Why is that, though? Let's start with the characters. Tony Stark is still Tony Stark, although he has some new character traits along the way. He's got PTSD from the Battle of New York, and he's not as selfish as he was before. Sweet! Pepper Potts fully showcases her inner power in this film, even though she turns into whatever the hell this is. She kills the villain in probably one of my favorite girl power scenes in this franchise. Rhodey is also fantastic, though I was kind of disappointed when he wasn't in his Captain America wannabe Iron Man suit. No, I won't say Iron Patriot. Oh, god damn it, I just did! Ah! What about the villain? We have the Mandarin, played by Ben Kingsley, who is threatening, scary, and he even puts up a challenge for Iron Man in the final battle, making him one of the best MCU villains of all time. Is what I would be saying if Shane Black had a sense of who the hell this character was in the first place. But he didn't. Ben Kingsley plays a disgrace to the character of the Mandarin, that being Trevor Slattery. This character was the biggest problem of this film, as he is a complete middle finger to the comics. Hopefully, Tony Leung Chiu Wei's portrayal in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings will be better than whatever the hell this is. The actual villain in this film is Aldrich Killian. He's actually pretty good, though he did do the whole revenge thing, which was done best in the 2004 Pixar film The Incredibles, which can never be replicated, even if you tried. As for the rest of the characters, they're not in it much. The best side character is Maya Hansen. Her death hit me kinda hard, and I don't care what anybody says about her. Alright, enough with the characters. How are the visuals? Wow, the Iron Man suits look astonishing in this film, don't they? My favorite is the Heartbreaker armor, the one you see in the middle of your screen, just because of how cool it looks. The Extremis is a little unsettling to look at, because people die of it. No, I won't show that scene at all. That aside, it looks pretty good. How's the music? Brian Tyler can make some mediocre scores, but this one is one of his better ones. The action is great to coincide with this. This music is incredibly snappy and jazzy, and really fun to listen to. The action scenes, as I said, are great. the plane rescue, the final battle, and of course the Malibu Mansion attack are equally awesome. So, what's my final verdict? Iron Man 3 is not perfect, as it really disrespects the Marvel comics in some areas, and other than that, though, it's pretty good. The story is pretty good, the characters can be pretty good, the visuals are pretty good, the music is pretty good, and the action is pretty good. I'd say watch it if you're a fan of Iron Man, and also if you love this universe. So, with that said, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. A good movie and a fun ride. Well, that's it for this review. What are your thoughts on Iron Man 3? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Tune in next week when I take a look at Rogue One, a Star Wars story. With that said, I'm Mitch GCS, this is Movie Central, and that, my friends, is a wrap. See you next week.